Okay, Joe, so I'm going to take you through the Queen's College fitness test. This is going to determine your aerobic fitness. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to check your resting heart rate with the heart rate monitor here. So your current heart rate is 103, so that's your resting heart rate. Now what I'm going to get you to do is I'm just going to get you to step up and down, just a few practice runs, and then I'm going to set the metronome up, and this is just going to then determine your aerobic fitness. Alright, so I'll just get you to do a few practice steps. Yep, far away. Just up and down. So the metronome up, this is just going to be the beat that I want you to be stepping up at, okay? Alright, step back down. Is that comfortable enough? Yep. Alright, so I'm just going to play this for you just so you know what you're going to be stepping at. So you're going to be stepping up at that beat. So, alright, you ready? Okay, so we're just going to be doing this for 3 minutes, and I'm just going to be monitoring your temperature regulation and any symptoms of like increased heart rate, etc. Okay? Alright, ready and go. So just at the same pace as that. There. How are you feeling? Good, good. Nice work. How are you feeling, Joe?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. Legs are feeling it.
Legs are feeling it? Alright, so you're halfway. How are you feeling on a scale of 1 to 10?
8.
8? So you've got less than a minute and a half to go. Awesome work. Keep going. We're nearly there. So as soon as the test is finished, we're going to check your heart rate once again. Beautiful. Keep going. Got 15 seconds. Nearly there. Alright, so you stop there, check your heart rate straight away. Alright, so we're at 119. Okie dokie. So in 6 weeks' time, if we're going to take this test again, we're going to hope to see that your resting heart rate and your heart rate at the end of that 3 minutes have both decreased, and that will confirm that the fitness program that I've set you has been helping, okay?
Yeah.
Alright, so that's all understandable. Do you have any questions?
No.
Alright, so awesome work. So yeah, we're just going to hope to decrease that doing this program that we're going to take you on.
Yep.
Alright, but for now that's all healthy and well and good, so don't need to refer you to a doctor or anything major like that. So
Okay. Yeah. So that's
Perfect.
normal.
yeah, that's normal. Yeah. But like you said, you want to increase your aerobic fitness.
Yeah.
So this is a good way of testing that. Cool.
Okay.
Now I'm going to assess your static posture. So what I'm going to get you to do, see in this image here, how they're standing in line with this. So I want you to be standing over here so that when I'm facing over there, you're all straight. So your nose, so the string is running down your midline. Okay? So firstly I'm going to check your anterior, which is your front. So I'm going to need you to stand here like this. Okay? And I'll get you to move into the right place. Alright. That's good where you are. So what I'm going to check is I'm just going to check for any postural deviations, and this will sort of confirm what sort of exercise I need to prescribe to you in the future. Okay, so I'm just going to be assessing your head. Do you want to come around here and video so we can get over here?
Yeah.
No, right over here. Okay, so I'm just going to check where your head's at. So everything's fine there. Shoulders. So I'm noticing that your left shoulder's sort of a little bit tilted downwards than your right. Your right shoulder, sorry. So just move that down. That's fine. Is that your normal posture with your feet, like that? Yeah, everything else seems to be fine. It's just this side is slightly tilted down, this one's slightly elevated. Alright, so now I'm just going to get you to turn on your side. I'm going to have a look at your lateral posture. So I'm just going to get that running down your ear line, your shoulder. Everything seems to look pretty fine there. So we'll check your other side, so you want to turn around and face the other way. Alright, I'm not seeing any deviations in your lateral position, so we're going to check your posterior position, so facing that way. Just take a little step to the right. Back to the left a little bit. Yeah, that's good, right there. I'm still seeing that elevation in the right shoulder, in the left shoulder, sorry. Okay. Everything else seems to be looking pretty good. Have you had any recent issues with your shoulders, or
Yeah, I have.
any sort of?
Burst in my shoulder, so maybe that's why.
Yeah, because this shoulder seems to be slightly elevated.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my shoulder.
But you
That-
don't.
It's not sore at the moment, but
Yeah.
about 18 months ago I had a bit of trouble with it and had physio done on it.
Okay. I did notice, so your head's not tilted, because some people, when you have like a sore shoulder or elevated shoulder, you sort of tilt to support it. Alright, do you have any questions?
No, what do you think with my shoulder? Will we do exercises?
Yeah, so now that I know that, the exercise I'll prescribe for you will sort of help to strengthen that shoulder, because obviously you've had previous injuries there.
Yeah.
We're not going to push it too hard, but we just want to strengthen this one as well, just so they're both the same. So we can get you to be doing the seated row, and that will help with your scapula at the back and your shoulder as well. Just sort of shoulder-based exercises, as well as your cardio, because you want to increase your cardio.
Yeah.
Alright, any other questions?
No.
Alright, you can stop now.
Play.
Okay, Joe, now that we've done your postural analysis, I'm going to take you through an assessment of your range of movement. this is just going to test your flexibility. So the first little test we're going to do is called the sit and reach test. I'm just going to get you to have your feet at the end of the mat, and you're just going to reach as far forward as you can with your hands. Okay? So I'm just going to use the ruler to measure. Right, so that is -13. Alright, I'll get you to go against, just relax. Have another crack, just get as far as you can. Right, that is a -8. So far, I'll just get you to go once more. As close as you can. Alright. So that's -3.5. So what I can see from here is that you are, when it comes to the norms of like the sit and reach, you're sitting at a poor sort of standard, just because you are at that R in those negative measurements. That basically just means that we need to work on your flexibility, and meaning that we'll be incorporating stretching and other flexibility movements into your program. And I think that also has a bit to do with that lack of strength that we've noticed in your shoulders through the postural analysis that we've just done. Alright, so the next one we're going to do is called the arm over and under. So you can stand back up if you like. So what I'm going to do is just get you to be like this. So we're going to do both arms. If there's a gap, I'll measure the gap. If there's an overlap, I'll measure the overlap. Okay, so if you get a result like this and you're in the negatives, then you'll get a negative measurement. Okay? Right, so we've got your right side. Okay, so that's -5. Let's do your left. Okay, that's a bit bigger gap on your left, so I'm already noticing a bit less strength in your left. Okay, so it's -6. Alright. -1. Right, to the left. -3. Okay, you got one more go. Best you can. Beautiful. Yep. This side. Be nice and stretched after this.
Yeah,
Right. Okay. So you have gotten better, like overall, over the 3 turns you did get that bit closer, but the gap was still quite, like it was still obvious, it was quite blatant. So the norms for that, so if there is an overlap, that's generally pretty good, whereas having a gap means that it's quite poor. So basically, overall, we just need to build on your flexibility and your strength through your upper back. Do you have any questions?
No.
Alright, thanks.
Thank you.
So this next one, I'm going to be assessing your dynamic posture. This is just going to basically confirm or dismiss any of the results from our previous tests with your posture. So this first one is an overhead squat. So what I'm going to get you to do is we're going to hold this up, and I want your elbows to be beside your ears, so your arms nice and straight, and we're just going to squat. What I'm going to be looking for is your technique, if it's maintained, or if there's any deviations. So what I want you to do is when you squat, I don't want you to bring this forward when you squat. So I want you to try and keep your elbows beside your ears when you squat down. Alright? Okay. So what I'm going to be looking for is I'm going to be looking to see that your feet are maintaining a neutral angle throughout the movement. So away you go. So when you squat down, I want you to have your knees over your ankles but not over your toes. So I want you to use your bum when you squat down. Alright, so already I'm noticing that because you're trying to hold this back, you're trying to maintain that technique, but what's happening in the process is you're squatting down, but instead you're using your knees rather than your glutes. So you need to squat down from the behind. Looking at your spine. Let's try and keep that nice and straight. Noticing that your back's a bit curved as well. Just looking through your torso. Alright, that'll do. What was that?
That was hard.
That was hard, yeah, it's hard to maintain, yeah. So, as I've noticed, yeah, you were sort of like your back was curved.
Yeah, I could feel it like
Yeah, it was, arched, and then you were trying, because you were trying so hard not to bring the stick forward, your knees were going over your ankles, alright? And I do know that you do struggle with your knees, with past injuries and whatnot, so I can understand why that's occurring. But other than that, everything looks pretty good. That's obviously something that we're going to have to work on. But it didn't really bring up anything from the previous testing, like it didn't really bring up any of the issues that we had, especially with your shoulders, like that all seemed to be fine with that test. So the next one is we're going to do a stability push-up. So I'll just demonstrate for you. So you're just on your knees, like this, and just going to get you to a push-up, okay? So I'm just going to be assessing that basically. So I'm going to be assessing your scapula back here. Make sure that's nice and flat. Make sure your shoulders are maintaining a neutral position on the way down. Alright, that'll do, that looks pretty good. So overall, I was just looking at your scapula just to make sure that was nice and flat. You were really flat through the upper part of your spine, then through your lumbar, you were it was curving in, which means that we need to strengthen your pelvis. So if we strengthen this front here, then that will help. So doing core exercises, that'll help to strengthen your lower back. So we're definitely going to incorporate that into your program. Other than that, everything was really good. You had a neutral head position, spine position was good, rather than the lumbar curve, and then, so your pelvis wasn't lifting, if that makes sense, to maintain that position. But other than that, everything was really good. Your shoulders seem to be fine, no issue there. Yeah, I don't think you won't need a referral because that's all stuff that I can help you with in your program. Do you have any questions? No? Yep, so we'll definitely be incorporating the squat and the push-up into your program. And yeah, just build on the strength in your shoulders, and especially, as we've just noticed, through your pelvis and your lumbar spine.
Maybe it might help my pelvic floor muscles.
Yeah, probably. Alright, thanks, Joe.
Time to drink some water.